Hello beautiful souls and welcome to my channel Roseology. So today's video is something that I heard very clearly from my spirit guides this morning, that they wanted to communicate a message as far as what we need to stop doing in our lives. So basically how this reading will work is, if there is something that you really want, like love, success, financial security, protection, maybe more spiritual power or strength, happiness in your life, more peace, fill in the blanks. This could be anything it is. Whatever it is that you want, you may feel blocked from it, or like it's been a challenge getting to this place in your life. So we're going to be looking at maybe habits or regular practices that we indulge in that needs to stop in order for us to have what it is that we want in life, or in order for us to have live the life that it is that we want to live. Okay, so now this reading, I'm not holding anything back. All right, so I'm just warning y'all right now, there may be some triggering messages that come through. So let me say, if you are extra sensitive to messages that may be a bit rough around the edges, maybe skip this reading for now and come back when you're ready. Let me also say that tarot should not dictate your life. I've had to comment this quite a bit in the last couple of weeks. I know most of you guys already know this, but there is a lot of new people to spirituality that are kind of making their way over to this side, I guess you could say, of YouTube, and and a lot of people, there's also a lot of people as well, it's not even just new people to spirituality, but there's a lot of people that aren't new to spirituality, but they see tarot as a crystal ball, and that's supposed to tell them something that they don't know, or it's supposed to make their decisions, or it's supposed to give them answers. That is not what my readings serve as. Okay, my readings are here to validate what your intuition has been trying to tell you all along. My readings are here to confirm the things that you know but have forgotten. So if something does not resonate, then either that part of the message is not meant for you, or you might not be ready to hear it. Okay, because tarot is going to reveal truths about our energetic frequencies, and we have to be ready and willing to hear those truths in order for these messages to resonate. Take what resonates and leave the rest. And this is how you get a personal reading when it comes to general readings, like pick a cards on YouTube. Okay, the more that you exercise your own intuition, the more that you're going to be able to hear your own guides and spiritual team when it comes to these general messages, and they're going to be able to sort of like funnel these more personal messages to you in these general readings. But it really comes from you exercising your own intuitive voice. So that's what my readings are here to do. They're very interactive, and it is all about you exercising your own intuitive voice. So you guys, if you hear something in the reading that you don't like, okay, you are the engineer of your own life, not me, not some cards, not anybody on the internet. Okay, so if there is something that you hear that you don't like, this could be a message for someone else. This is a general reading, and this is why it is important for you to have your own intuitive voice activated. This is why it's important to exercise your own intuition. That the way you can hear a message and know that, like, wow, this must not be meant for me because it isn't resonating. This maybe is meant for someone else. Okay, so just remember that you're sharing a space here with a lot of other people, and not every message is meant for you. Let's go on ahead and get to this meditation. For those of you that want to participate in this meditation, let me just say, like I always do, that this is a general reading for the collective. So in order for this reading to resonate with you, you need to be synced into the energy of this reading. To help you do that, and to help you select a pile with your third eye and not your physical ones, I'll be offering a 60-second meditation. 30 seconds into that meditation, I'll be placing crystals for those that like to pick piles with objects on them. If you are drawn to another pile, that's because there's another message for you in that pile. So if you are ready, get into a relaxed position. Become aware of your entire body, starting with your feet and working that awareness up in sections from the feet to the head. Then take a deep breath in through your nose for around 5 seconds. Hold that breath for 3 seconds, and then exhale for 6 to 7 seconds. Then ask your guides, spirit, ancestors, the universe, or all of them to connect you to your higher self. That the way you can receive messages from your own spiritual team as far as what it is that may be blocking you from living the life that you want to live. Okay, so this is pile number 1, pile number 2, this is pile number 3, this is pile number 4, and this is pile number 5. And we'll start that meditation right now. All right, and on pile number 1, we have Azurite and Malachite. On pile 2, we have clear quartz. On pile 3, we have citrine. On pile 4, we have smoky quartz. And on pile 5, we have apophyllite. All right, hopefully that meditation was enough time for you to pick a pile and tap into your own psychic awareness. I want to take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, and beautiful spirit for these messages today. Now let's see what it is in your life that may need to stop or change, and I will meet you over at your pile. All right, in pile number 1, welcome to your reading. So basically, we are starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what it is that maybe there's something that you need to change up about your routine. Maybe there's something that you need to stop doing. So let's go on ahead and check out your cards, okay? So the very first tarot card that we have here is the 10 of Pentacles in reverse. And then we have here Temperance. Interesting. Okay, pile 1. So I don't know if some of you that picked this pile are parents, but the first message coming through strongly here is that your family needs more time with you. They either need or want more time with you. One thing that you need to stop doing is prioritizing money over quality time. Your family would rather spend moments with you and have certain experiences and make memories versus having something material in their life. If you don't have kids or a family of your own, then this is saying stop thinking that money, success, accomplishments, status, and power is going to heal you or your past, because it will not. There's something much deeper here that needs healing versus your career that you go really hard at. And let me say this, if I were to get this message, I'd be feeling some type of way, which is why I say do not come to my readings if you don't want to hear the truth, but I feel for you because I'm someone that really prioritizes work and financial security above all else because it's important to me and it's crucial to our survival, you know? But there's something that's much more important here, and it is your spirit, which may feel a bit neglected because it's been reaching out to you for a while saying that this pain is still here, or this wound is still open, or this past is still very much the present that you're living in. And it looks like you may use work and different achievements through work to try and heal something more spiritual. So be aware of that. And another thing here too is stop neglecting your personal life. I'm sorry, you guys. I have not heard a single plane all day. I sit down to film this and boom, a plane comes out of nowhere. So yeah, let me repeat that. It seems like something didn't want me to get that out. Stop neglecting your personal life. Some of you, if you do have kids, you may notice that your kids may be acting out lately, or it may seem as though your kid is closed off a bit, like they're not sharing as much with you. If this is the case, if this is a message that's resonating, it's because they need more time with you. They need more quality time with you, just you, like one-on-one time. So especially if you have more than one child and you notice that one of them is kind of like closing off a bit more, they're not talking to you as much, they're not telling you everything that's going on in their life, no matter their age, it's because they need more personal time with you, like one-on-one time. But especially if they're younger than like an adult age, like 18. This feels like a pile that fits me, honestly, to a T. I'm not gonna lie here. I don't have kids, but yeah, besides all that, it really does feel like it fits me so much. Yeah, there has to be more of a way to balance your work and your relationships. Some of you guys have a stellium and opposing houses as well that I'm picking up. And a stellium is when you have like a cluster of planets or astrological points in one sign or house. And it's usually 3 or more planets that make up a stellium. But some of you have hard aspects to either your 4th house, your 7th, your 2nd, or your 8th house, which can manifest in your personal life like this. So you may have your South Node in your 10th house or somewhere near your midheaven, or it could be in your 2nd house. You don't have to have these placements for the message to apply, but if you know your chart, this could help determine the validity of what you are hearing right now. And this is not going to be a message that some of you receive easily because it's wired in you to work your ass off. It's wired in you to want so much more out of life. You have really big goals and dreams and plans, and Spirit is saying you will accomplish all these things. You know, some of you also have big shoes to fill. I'm hearing some of you have big shoes to fill. You're trying to fill the shoes of someone else. This could be a parent. Maybe if you share a child with someone, maybe you kind of have this like sneaking suspicion that this child favors the other parent over you. And maybe you're trying to kind of like make up that, fill in that gap, fill in that space somehow. But there's like some boots that some of you are trying to fill. This could be like a position at work that you just got assigned to, you know, and maybe because somebody else left or something happened, and it's like you're trying to fill in, and you're trying to fill in for this role to the best of your ability, but you really want to do as good as what this other person did. I don't know, that's kind of coming through right now. The divine wants you to reach your goals without experiencing the come down or the crash. That's what I'm really picking up with you, pile 1. Let me just keep this PG actually, because I don't want to refer to drugs here, but it's like when you drink coffee. Let's take coffee for instance, right? And you get this huge spike in energy, but eventually there's this come down, right? Your body may start to shake, you may get nauseous or really hungry, or maybe you get some headaches. You know, this is your body trying to acclimate back to its natural energy levels. Many of you are destined in this life to reach certain accomplishments and goals. And I'm not talking about the small ones. I'm talking about the massive plans and dreams that you see for yourself. And it's not just yourself that you see this for, but your family or your loved ones. Many of you on this pile are not working yourself to the bone so you can sit back and enjoy the fruits of your labors by yourself, but you are trying to bring your family to the top with you. You want to make things easier for them financially, and this is the thing that Spirit is wanting to avoid for you, though, is reaching this pinnacle in life and then experiencing like this sharp come down, where once you're living in that mansion, or you look in your bank account and you see hundreds of thousands of dollars, or when you are shopping and you don't have to check the price tag anymore. Spirit doesn't want you to get here and then get hit with the realization that even all of this isn't enough, that all of these achievements aren't enough. They haven't healed you. that the pain or wound or past or fear or anger is still there. Spirit doesn't want you to abandon your dreams. Like I said, you are fated to experience these things. But Spirit also wants you to realize that this is not going to heal you. A lot of your motivation comes from fear or the past or a wound or all three. And Spirit doesn't want you motivated by fear. That's how you're going to transform your life with this Temperance card right here. That's what's going to make you this great alchemist magician, is balancing wants and needs. Another thing coming through is some of you spend quite a bit of money on luxury items, and that's okay, but just make sure that you balance it out a little bit more here is what I'm kind of picking up. If you have a credit card that you're using to buy really nice things because you love nice things, like listen, I'm a Taurus, I like it too. But if you have a credit card that you're using to buy really nice things, like really nice shoes or really expensive clothes or a really expensive car, be careful about living outside of your means. There we go. That's what I'm trying to say. Be careful about living outside of your means. That's another message that's coming through. If you're doing that, be very careful with that. And just wait for that money to come in, because it is going to come in where you're able to experience living this type of life. But just wait until you're able to actually afford living that type of life, okay? Let's go ahead and check out your oracle cards here. So yeah, let's start off with this one. And so we have here metabolic. I haven't seen this card yet. And it says, let me get it to focus. And it says here, self-worth, trigger statement, I am disgusting. True statement, I am a miracle. Please be gentle and love yourself. Provide your body, mind with what it truly needs to carry on your journey. Yeah. And then we have, you guys, look at that. Look, I achieve with integrity. That's what I'm talking about. You see how there's all these other women around her too? This is you bringing your loved ones with you. It's going to happen for you. It's just a matter of balancing. And it's not just her standing under the light of all this success, right? She has all these other women with her enjoying the sunlight. So you are meant to take these people with you. You don't have to worry about that. And then too, here with self-worth, kind of like what I was talking about. These achievements are not going to heal you. These achievements are not going to give you more self-worth. These achievements are not going to make you feel differently about yourself. So like it says here, please be gentle and love yourself. Provide your body, mind with what it truly needs to carry you on your journey. And it's the card of metabolism. So there's something here that you need to kind of process or digest in terms of what it is that you think these achievements are going to bring you in life. And like I said, or like this card says here, I achieve with integrity. So it's all about keeping your integrity intact. It's all about realizing that money is not everything, and that prioritizing your loved ones, prioritizing your relationships, making sure that they're good on an emotional and mental level is more of a priority than it is bringing in money and making sure that they can go out and buy whatever it is that they want. So that's just one thing that I'm really picking up here for you guys. And it honestly just kind of looks like the cards are confirming that. I kind of want to flip another card. Let me see. I kind of want to flip another one, you guys. Hold on. Let me pick one out. Okay, you guys. So let's just hear a card from a set. See if there's any additional messages that I may have missed. You can kind of focus on, receiving some sort of advice from a set who is otherwise known as the goddess Isis. So you can kind of focus on what it is that you need to know. What does pile one need to know right now? What do they need to stop? Okay. So we have here, enter the chamber of healing. Healing in the divine chamber of the Lady Isis. Yeah. Like it says here, I achieve with integrity and self-worth. That's what really needs to heal, is the self-worth here. So let me see. Let me read out of the book what this means for you. It says, a spiritual gift of healing is coming to you now. Be open without expectation or preconceived notions, and allow the healing from the Lady Isis, mistress of magic, to help you find the best solution for any situation that does not appear to be as it should be. Take your time and create space into which her magic and energy can flow now. Expect your miracle. And it says here to prepare for great changes because they are on their way now. I told you guys are destined to definitely experience this different sort of lifestyle, or this different type of life, And it says that she's offering you a healing gift of magic, and it is something to accept as a gift of unconditional love with open arms. It will be offered without agenda, with the only intent being for your highest good and spiritual growth. It will not necessarily look or feel like you expected, but you will realize in the unfoldment of the process or circumstance that it was a spiritual healing gift from the divine, even though you may not have immediately recognized it at such time. You may need to focus on healing your self-worth and however it is that you prioritize money, however it is that you see it in a sense, okay? So yeah, this is all that I'm saying for my pile ones. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. I do pray this reading brought you guys love, support, clarity, and strength. I want to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hope you all come back to visit sometime soon. And until next time, you guys, stay safe, stay healthy, and blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, in pile number 2, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what it is in your life that you may need to change up or actually put a stop to. So let's go ahead and check out your tarot cards here. And we have the 10 of Cups in reverse. And then we have here the 7 of Cups. Okay. Pile 2. What I'm picking up here, this might not resonate for all of you, I don't know, but let's see. You may complain about your family. You may only be able to kind of see the bad. So lighten up on that a little bit. Now, let me just issue this disclaimer real quick, actually, before someone tries to go keyboard gangster on me. If you are someone that has cut your family off or doesn't believe in forgiveness or is not interested in that, if you feel that you have genuine reason to dislike your family or keep them away from you, then okay, all right? My readings don't serve the purpose of convincing you to do otherwise than you feel you should do. And I'm saying this now because some of you may not have listened to the intro where I state a couple of times that my readings are here to validate what you already know. In other words, if you've been feeling like maybe it's time for me to give this person a call or to forgive them or to have that conversation or to invite them back into my life, then this may be the confirmation that you've been waiting to hear or needing to hear. Now, if you're rejecting this message, then reject it, okay? It is your life. You decide what to do with it, not me or the cards or the internet, okay? Now back to the message. Now there's this feeling of grass is kind of greener on the other side. Like I cannot wait until I can get away from them or until I move out. You may be really wanting to escape your family, but I see Spirit clearly saying here, don't underestimate the love that they have for you and that you have for them, because you will search far and wide with the 7 of Cups right here and never come close to maybe like the bond that you all share, or the fact that it's like they will always have your back. Like you guys might not see eye to eye on a lot of things, but it's like if something was wrong, they drop everything and come right to your corner. They'd be right there for you, you know? Love doesn't always look like how we think it's supposed to look. And it's not painful. Love should never be painful. But challenging is pretty normal in a sense, you know? So the relationships may be challenging, but it doesn't mean that the love isn't there. And I'm obviously not talking about someone that has assaulted you or abused you, okay? That's obvious, but a challenging relationship, that's what I'm talking about. You may be thinking to yourself, when I have my own family or when I get away from here, I'm going to be so much happier. Don't take for granted what it is that you have, pile 2, because there is love there. So think to yourself right now, if something were to happen to this person or these people, how would you feel? Would you wish that you'd spent more time with them, that you would have tried harder, that you would have been kinder? Asked more questions? Would you have any regrets? And if the answer is yes, then do what you can to fix it now. And it's okay to want to create a family outside of the one that you came from. It's okay to connect to other people, but don't mistake these challenges as a lack of love. And I keep hearing that for you, and to try harder as well. That's another thing coming through. Don't give up so easily. Stop giving up so easily when the going gets tough. That's the hard part about relationships, though, honestly, in my opinion, is when is enough enough? It can be hard to kind of gauge that without someone crossing like a really big boundary or a line and harming you. You know, like if it came down to somebody like harming you physically, harming you, something like that, it's very easy to be like, oh yeah, you know, like we're done. But when it comes to other things, it can be really difficult to kind of decide, like, do I want to give them another shot? Do I want to give them another chance? Have they truly learned? Can we truly move on from whatever happened, you know? When it comes to those challenges, it can be tricky deciding what classifies as never speaking to someone again. Some of you as well try to make a new family every time you meet someone new. So it could be like a new friend that quickly becomes like a brother or sister to you. It could be a new lover that you may see as like your next mother or father of your kids, or like a future spouse, or, you know, a future parent of your kids. There is this cycle or this loop here. So do you have a lot of seventh house placements? Neptune in your seventh house, or Neptune in your first house, Neptune in your 12th house? Because you have these like rose colored lenses on every time you cross the street and get to that grass that appears to be greener on the other side. And you put these huge expectations on yourself and this other person and this relationship to fit your idea of what you see them as, to fit your idea of their potential. And when they have a human moment, or you have a human moment, you instantly start to wonder if this is who you're meant to be with. You instantly start to wonder, like, is this really a friend? Is this truly the person that should be in my life? It's like you start to second guess the bond, the connection, the relationship. And it's like you have this idea that if you're my person, then it should be easy, or it shouldn't be challenging. It shouldn't be like the family that I come from, where the family that I come from had a very difficult dynamic, you know? Difficulty is natural in a relationship. Pain is not natural, but challenges are. You know, it's very natural to kind of have to calibrate to people when you have a relationship with them. That's pretty normal, because you're going to be your person and they're going to be who they are. And if you're not the exact same person, you're going to have some differences. You're going to have some disagreements. You're going to see things differently. And that's perfectly fine, right? So, you know, like I said, it shouldn't be painful, but challenges are pretty natural. That's to be expected. So the message is very clear here, and that's stop looking for the easy thing. Stop running from challenging people or relationships. Stop appropriating this idea that if something is meant to be, that it'll be effortless. This is coming from that difficult dynamic with your family, or if some sort of difficulty that you saw as a child growing up and you were like, it shouldn't be like that, you know? Or maybe somebody kind of instilled that in you, that, you know, maybe something didn't work out with them and they were like, well, you know, this family didn't work out because it's not supposed to be difficult. Maybe this was sort of instilled in you in some way, shape, or form. But whatever this is kind of stemming from that difficult dynamic and what you saw growing up. So you have the idea that when challenges come up, it's because we're not supposed to work anymore. It's because we're not supposed to be in each other's lives anymore. It means we need to break up, it means we need to separate, it means we need to get a divorce. It means that we can't be in each other's lives anymore. So some of you have the opposite issue as well, where you run these series of tests on someone to see how much they can take because you fear abandonment. So you think to yourself, if I let you see all of me, the good, the bad, and the ugly early on, I'll know if I can depend on you. I'll know if you have it in you to handle me or to deal with me. Some of you may be a Scorpio, Capricorn, Pisces, Libra, Aries, or a Sagittarius. That's what's coming through. It's like your idea about a successful relationship and what it looks like has to be redacted, pile 2, because it's actually hurting your chances of securing a stable partner or friend or family. You know, it's kind of like when you work a job. Like if you end up staying there for 20 or 30 years, it's like, yeah, you're going to get that retirement. You're going to get that retirement check. But if you keep like jumping around from job to job, there's not going to be a retirement. And at the end of the day, you're still going to end up being 50, 60, 70 years old, you know, God willing, if you live that long. So it's like, if you're going to still end up being that old anyways, maybe you want to kind of find a profession to stick to. That the way you can end up actually benefiting from it when it's all said and done. And it's the same thing it's an example, but it kind of applies with your relationships as well. Like if you're still going to end up this older person that wants to be in a family or wants to have a certain relationship in their life, then you might want to try to find a person that you can really stick it out with, that's worth it to you to stick it out with. Okay. Let's check out your oracle cards here. Do this one first. So we have Cypress, and it says resilience. Trigger statement, I need to control. Yeah, see that? True statement, I surrender. Allow yourself to relax with the currents of life. These changes will take you even closer to where you are meant to be. Okay. And then we have here, I relate in peace. You see that? And then we have the symbols up here for peace. So, or the hieroglyphs. So to me, for sure, I relate in peace. It sounds like I come in peace. I come with the prospect and the idea and in the pursuit of peace. Peace has to be the goal. And this has to be the idea for you. Pile 2 is peace. Not easy, not effortless, but peace. That will change everything for you, because then you won't have these expectations of everything being perfect. But instead, when a challenge arises, you won't see it as a brick wall meant to deter you or meant to turn you away, or as a sign that this isn't meant to be, but you'll see it as an opportunity for deeper connection and understanding. And this will build that resilience within you, like it says right here, that's already there within you. You already have resilience in you, especially if this is resonating with you and you're like, yeah, like, I'm always trying to find a relationship and I just can't make one work. That is a resilience that's within you. The reason why you haven't given up on love, even though maybe you haven't found the one yet, is because you're resilient and you know that this is meant for you. It's just a matter of you finding a person that is worth it to stick it out with. It's a matter of that. All right, you guys. So I'm just going to shuffle one final message here from the Mother of Set, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. So you can think of something. You can think of what it is that maybe you have in mind, a question. Make it an answer from her. So let's see. What does pile 2 need to hear right now? What does pile 2 need to hear? So we have here past life, present power, the many spiritual faces of you. Okay. When the soul is growing in service to humanity, in service to the great feminine and her call that all beings be healed and free, it gathers internal resources to assist on the path. These resources include powers and gifts from other lifetimes. You are currently integrating past life abilities, and you are guided by the oracle of past life present power to be open to shifting internally and in your experience of your own levels of power and spiritual ability. Okay, so you guys even have some sort of spiritual abilities here too that you're kind of drawing on from your past incarnation. So for sure, let me fix these. So another thing that I'm seeing from my pile 2s here is stop pushing away your spiritual gifts and stop pushing away whatever it is that is kind of in your DNA. So some of you have spiritual gifts that is literally in your DNA that you may be pushing away a bit because maybe you don't like diving into that. Maybe you don't want to dive into that. Maybe you don't want to really open up that door for whatever reason. But stop pushing away your spiritual gifts as well, because your spiritual gifts, there's something here that Mother Set wanted you to hear about your purpose and your power and how it's coming. A lot of that power is coming from your past incarnation. So definitely stop pushing that away. Maybe actually start learning a little bit more about your gifts, start exercising them a bit more, and it'll really also help as well to navigate your own relationships in your life and how it is that you kind of experience love and experience relationships and dynamics with other people, okay? So this is all that I'm seeing for my pile 2s. Thank you guys so very much for tuning in. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, in pile number 3, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what it is in your life that you maybe need to change up or actually put a stop to. So let's go ahead and get started. Very first tarot card that we have here. This is funny. This is funny now. We have the 10 of Wands in reverse. Okay. So this is the third pile where there is a 10 card in reverse, and it's the first card. Really funny. And then we have here the Sun. Okay. What I'm seeing here for you is stop worrying, pile 3. Just kind of want to give you a hug. Like, I know that that's a lot easier said than done, but trust me, stop worrying because you are taken care of. Another thing you need to stop doing is doing everything by yourself. You have support here with the Sun card. When you think of the Sun, what is it? It's this massive star that provides almost everything that we need to survive. It gives us warmth, light, food, nutrients. It sustains us. You have a sun somewhere in your life that you are not using. You are trying to be the sun when it's not your responsibility. So where in your life are you trying to provide warmth, light, food, nutrients, shelter, support? Where are you trying to be everything and wear every hat? The wands in tarot represent responsibilities, roles, jobs, pressures, challenges, consequences. It's what we have to endure in order to have what we want. Because the Suit of Wands talks about somebody that's a visionary. They get this idea, they get this inspiration, and then they have to carry out all these tasks in order to end up actually achieving that thing. So, this is in reverse for you, saying that you have to stop trying to carry all of this responsibility. It's time to give this to a higher power. Some of you are ready to forgive as well. If you've picked this pile, you're ready to forgive someone and to move on. But there's this double-edged message here. Hold on one second, because there's this other message here that's coming through, saying that some of you need to not forgive so easily. So if you are ready to forgive someone, oh God, this is so hard to say. If you are ready to forgive someone, but maybe stop and not forgive them. Okay, listen. This is a really strange message coming through. Normally something like this does not come through. When I say don't forgive, I mean in the sense like don't allow someone back into your life that may not deserve to be there. Some of you overlook a lot of the things that people say and do to you. And you have an energy here. I don't know if this is an ancestor or a guide. I don't know, but they actually want you to be a bit more cutthroat in terms of cutting certain people off. Let me just flip a clarifier, see if I can get any more information or any more of a reading on this energy. Yeah, no. Don't like it when more than one card flips out. And you guys, I'm an intuitive reader. Yeah, look at that. We have a 5 of Wands. This is a feisty ass energy. Who is this around you? Let's see. And when I say around you, I don't mean a human. I mean like this, there's a spirit around you that's very feisty and is like, don't forgive them. Let me see. Yeah, this, like I said, this energy wants you to be a bit more cutthroat in terms of cutting certain people off. They're saying that it's okay to forgive and wipe the slate clean all you want to and to move on with your life with the sun right here. But it also doesn't mean give them another chance to pull the same shit on you. Let me see if I can get one more. Oh my God. Okay. Let me see. 6 of Swords in reverse, 10 of Swords in reverse, 3 of Swords, Knight of Wands. You guys see this? 4 of Pentacles. Yeah, there you definitely have an energy around you that's like forgiveness. Make it make sense. Like they are not down with the whole forgiveness train. I don't know what is this? Is this an ancestor? This could be an ancestor to you. This could definitely be some sort of an ancestor to you. Whoever it is, they find themselves very, very protective over you. And they really don't fuck with this forgiveness stuff. Like, not in the sense where it's like they're just this angry, mean spirit. It's not that. They just don't like whatever it is that somebody has done or said to you. And they don't want them. This is them being protective over you. Highly protective over you. You see this? We got 10 of Swords, 6 of Swords in reverse, 5 of Wands, 3 of Swords. They're not playing games. They don't like this. Knight of Wands. They're coming in, rushing ahead. They're like your army. They're like your brigade, just coming in and being like, nope, Like they're willing to fight for you, and they don't want you to be so quick to move on and forgive. 6 of Swords is right here. This is the card of transition. They don't want you to be so quick to move on and to forgive this person that there's a line in a Drake song. I don't know which song, but there's a line in a Drake song where he said, left me for dead and now they want to dead it. In other words, saying, you really tried to end me. You really, really tried to end me. You really tried to stab me in the back. You really tried to hurt me. You really tried to play me. And now that I'm popping, or now that I am who I am, now that I am somewhere in life, or now that you need me or something like that, now you want to kind of put the past in the past. Let's move on. Let's 6 of Swords this. Let's move on. Even though they really hurt you with this 3 of Swords over here. And I know that feeling. Like, I definitely know that feeling. You got some spicy energy around you for sure. Yeah, like I said, they're saying that it's okay to forgive and to wipe the slate clean, to kind of neutralize things. But just don't give them another chance. Don't give them another chance. It doesn't mean that you have to let them back in your life. That's what they're really trying to say. Like, they will fight this tooth and nail. Whatever this energy is, they will fight it tooth and nail if you allow this person back in your life, if this is a person, okay? You've got a very feisty energy that is on overtime protecting you. Are you a Pisces or a Libra? or a Cancer or a Taurus. You might have some 12th house placements, some things going on in your 12th house or your 7th house or your 4th house that may be in your natal chart or maybe transiting through your 12th, 7th, or 4th house right now. And if you know where your Mars is your Mars in Cancer or Libra? And even if you don't know your chart, let me just say, or if you don't have any of these placements, but you have intuitively picked this pile, it does not change the validity of this message for you. But I just wanted to mention it just in case. Another message coming through for you, kind of separate from this reading, is stop humbling yourself. Stop humbling yourself. This is a really funny pile. Like, I know this is my pile with weird messages like stop forgiving, don't be humble, but this is what's coming through and I'm just a messenger here, okay? So you see how these hands are circling these wands over here in the Ten of Wands in reverse? They're preoccupied, tied up with these strings here. As you can see, there's like these strings attached to these 10 wands. There's these strings attached to these 10 wands. And the Sun card over here, the hands aren't holding anything but themselves. They're not holding anything. If you can see that, they're not holding anything. And you're carrying some sort of weight or responsibility, fill in the blank of whatever this is, but you are shouldering the weight of something that is not meant for you to carry. You are supposed to wake up every morning wondering what sort of adventure that you're going to get into today, or how you're going to win and thrive today, not how you're going to make it through the day. This should not be your concern. The 10 of Wands, the 10 of Swords in reverse, the 6 of Swords, the 3 of Swords, the 5 of Wands. This is not supposed to be your concern. The Knight of Wands, it's not supposed to be your concern. This reminds me of the movie Cinderella as well, or just about any Disney movie where the protagonist doesn't realize who they are because they're too busy working and surviving and trying to, outrun the evil stepmother or something crazy, or maybe they're too busy taking care of other people. And another huge thing here is please stop doubting your gifts. That's also coming through. It's your ticket out of these responsibilities here. And when I say gifts, I mean your talents. Whether you sing, write, dance, make art, are a designer, or an entrepreneur, which is also a talent, by the way. Being a business owner is definitely a talent, by the way. That's why some businesses make it and others kind of don't. There is, talent that has to come in there. There's other factors as well, like who networking, money, things like that. But a lot of it is a talent too. But yeah, whatever your gifts are, they could be spiritual, but stop doubting them. And a verse is coming through for you. A man's gifts make room for him and leads him before important people. And that is from Proverbs 18 and 3 or 5. Is Proverbs. When I find it out, I'll write it across the screen for you. But yeah, the verse is, again, a man's gifts make room for him and leads him before important people, meaning that your gifts, your talents will open up doors for you, and it will put you in front of prominent people, important people, people that can help you get to where you're trying to get to. And that's the verse that's coming through for you. So if you're going to work this hard, with this 10 of Wands in reverse, let it be towards your gifts, pile 3, because they are here to clear your path, like how the sun will burn away anything in its way. And I don't know if you've ever heard the saying before where it's like, either you can work to build someone else's dream or you can put that work into your own dream. That's the vibe that I'm picking up here for you, is if you're going to put in this much work, do it for you, not for someone else that won't shoulder their own responsibility. And whoever this ancestor is, they are not down with this forgiveness stuff. They're just like, yeah, sure, whatever. Forgive if you want to, but you ain't gotta let the ass back in your life either. Like, it's like I can kind of hear them being like, yeah, we can do the right thing and be the bigger people, but fuck that, letting them back in. Okay, so the card that we have here, I don't even know how to pronounce this. I haven't seen this card yet, but it's I'm not gonna try. But you see this card. This is the card, and it's the card of evolution. Trigger statement: things will never change. True statement: I attract only what is for my highest good. The imbalances in relationships that have been keeping you down are no longer needed. You are ready to transform. Exactly. Okay, so this is kind of confirmation then that it is kind of a person or a relationship. And then we have here your Ma'at card. Look at that, you guys. I am humble. What did I say earlier? Stop being humble. Stop being humble, you guys. Stop being humble. That's something that needs to stop, is you being humble, because you're supposed to be, like I said, waking up and thriving every day. You're supposed to be waking up and wondering, like, what sort of adventure am I going to have today? How am I going to live this beautiful life today? You're not meant to be this in this kind of vibration all the time. 10 of Swords, 6 of Swords, 5 of Wands, 3 of Swords, 10 of Wands. You're supposed to be the sun. That's what you're supposed to be. You're supposed to shine bright as hell and be living a beautiful life. This humility, being humble, it's not for you. It's not for you. Let's just get one additional message from Aset, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis. But let me see. Let's get a message from her, see what it is that she wants to say to my pile threes today. Okay, and so we have here, it says, miracle of Isis, miraculous healing of the goddess, yes, when she resurrected her husband Asar, otherwise known as Osiris. So let me read what this message is that she wants to give you. Okay, and so it says here, it says, Isis was known as a talented practitioner of the healing arts and was capable of miraculous healings. For you, beloved, she offers a miracle of healing. See, she wants to come in and heal you. She doesn't want you to be up here healing everyone else. She wants to heal you, no matter how much you've struggled with a particular matter. 10 of Wands in reverse, like what we were talking about. No matter how impossible it may seem to imagine your life without this old wound, addiction, problem, relationship issue, or inner struggle being a part of it, you are guided now to accept the possibility of miraculous healing, to let go and let the goddess be. Pile 3, I'm done with you. That's I'm done. That's exactly what I was talking about. This is all about you guys. Like some of you guys are healers, or you're a teacher, or you're somebody that's there for other people, a counselor, a psychologist, a doctor, something like that, where you just give and give and give and give and give to other people, and you're really not concerned with yourself. And so even Aset here is coming in and saying, let me take care of you. I want to take care of you. You know, just like how she did with Asar, her husband Osiris, where, you know, he's this big guy Osiris. He was the one that was supposed to bring together the kingdom. And basically, you know, he was still killed. And she had to be the one to come and heal him, to bring him back, even though he was this big warrior that was supposed to come in and save the day and save the kingdom and bring the kingdom together, be this big hero of the kingdom. And his son ended up being that. She had to come in and heal him. She had to come in and help him. So it's like, no matter how big you are, no matter how strong you are, pile 3, you still need healing too. No matter how good and talented of a healer or a teacher or whatever it is that you are, you still need healing too. You still need care too. Okay, and this is exactly what that ancestor is saying, but this is all that I'm seeing for my pile threes. Thank you guys for tuning in. Let me thank your guides, my guides, especially your ancestor, whoever that was that came in. Let me thank our higher self and beautiful spirit for these messages today. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon, but until next time, stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, guys. All right, in pile number 4, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off with your tarot cards before getting to your oracle cards to see what it is that you may need to change up about your life or actually put a stop to. So let's go ahead and check out your cards. So we have here, very first card that we have is Justice. And then we have here the Seeker of Wands, otherwise known as the Page of Wands. So, pile 4, have you been trying to get revenge on someone? If you are, that's the first thing to let go of, pile 4. And it's funny because another pile in this reading got the opposite message, that they needed to be less forgiving. And what I'm seeing here is the need for more of it. Now, let me say this again in case you didn't listen to the intro. It is not my business, and I'm not in the mood, nor do I have the energy to explain this in the comments. But in the case that you are feeling like commenting, I don't need to forgive, or I don't need to do this or do that because someone did X, Y, and Z to me, then that's perfectly fine. Okay, it's perfectly fine. It is your life. You direct it, not me or some cards or the internet or anything else. Do what you want to do, and I'm going to do my job and repeat the messages that I receive for the ones that came here that are willing and open to hearing the messages that are coming in. Okay, my messages are for confirmation and not information, so take it as you will. Okay, so back to the message here. There looks to be a fire within you that was ignited a long time ago, and you see yourself as karma now. You've taken on the role of karma versus trusting in the universe to fight these wrongs and these battles for you. So the first thing to stop here is revenge of any sort of plots or evil eyes that you may be throwing at someone. If that's what you are doing, you should stop that for sure. A suit of wands is a suit of visionaries as well. The suit of wands is all about visionaries. It's the dreamers. So some of you may think or even fantasize about revenge on someone or something that hurt you or wronged you or got over on you. Karma is coming for that person. And you you absolutely do not want your energy attached to this individual when karma hits them, if it has not already, okay? So that's why I'm saying you may want to forgive. You may kind of want to just step away from it and detach your energy from them. And the way that you do that is by not thinking about them anymore. Stop thinking about them. You might not be able to get rid of that pain or that hurt or that anger that you have for them. But what you can do is you can stop yourself every time you're thinking about them, every time they're brought up in conversation, anytime that you have the urge to talk about this person, just stop. Don't do it. I know that that's difficult. Trust me, I've been there, but try not to do it. Karma is coming for that person. Now, there's some of you as well that get involved in your friends' or family's lives because they come to you with news. With this Page of Wands right here, they come to you with news that someone did or said something to them, and you being the friend or relative that you are that's very protective, you get upset for them. And you may try to avenge them, but again, you do not want your energy attached to anyone. You do not want your energy attached to anyone that deserves this type of karma. Another thing coming up here may be judgment. You may pass judgment on people before hearing their story or getting to know them because you are going off of the surface level. You're going off of what you can see. That's what I mean when I say surface level. But there's a verse here that's coming through very strong. Oh my God, what is that Bible verse? It's like, be slow to anger and quick to forgive. Hold on, let me check for a second. Okay, it's let every person be quick to hear, slow to speak, and slow to anger. And this is James 1:19. I had to search it. So this is about not being too hasty to act or to speak before knowing the whole story pile for. That's the same exact message that I'm getting for you today. And this might not be judging people that you don't know. It could very well be people that you do know. And that makes it even more difficult. And I should know all about this. I was in a relationship for a very, very, very long time. We were together for 10 years and we broke up because of cheating. I found out that he was cheating and immediately I ended it. Because, me personally, I knew I just couldn't trust this person. There was no way the relationship could work after this, even if they did change. But I didn't necessarily cut them all the way off. I really struggled with doing that because my heart hadn't cut this person off yet. I really struggled with completely putting this person on ice and, cutting them out of my life because they've been in my life for so long. I'd known them almost half my life at that point. My heart was still with them. I couldn't cut them all the way off because my heart hadn't cut this person off yet. But every time his phone would buzz, or maybe he'd go to buy ice at the store or something, I don't know. It was like this instant thought of, oh, you're lying, or you're trying to hide something. I would instantly get that feeling and that thought. And he might not have been. I'll never know. He might have been innocent. But because that trust had been so severely tarnished and I was broken at that time, every little thing was kind of like a trigger for me because of this gaping wound that was untreated and unhealed, if that's a word. But that's the thing, is sometimes we can be quick to pass judgment because of someone's past, because of what they did to us in the past. Maybe they did something to someone else, Maybe this person, in every relationship that they've ever been in, maybe they cheated or maybe they lied or, did something. And so you're kind of, knowing that information, you may be sort of judging them like, well, I know you're a liar. I know you're a cheater because you've always done it in all your relationships. So what's the difference with me? What's stopping you from doing it to me? It could also be some of the things that maybe you've done in your past. I remember my ex telling me that a long time ago that they were scared to date again because they were worried about someone doing to them what they did to me. And if there's one thing that you want to stockpile for, it's judging without knowing or coming to a conclusion without the facts. So don't get carried away with yourself. Don't get carried away with these things before you actually know the facts. Once you know the facts, let them have it, rip them a new asshole, but if you don't have the facts, then hold back on it a little bit, kind of hold back. Don't make assumptions. Really don't make assumptions, because I'm kind of seeing here. Let me just flip one more card. Let me just flip one more. I'm kind of seeing here that it's way too many. It's 4 cards. Keep going. Yeah, I'm an intuitive reader, you guys, too. Sometimes I'll get comments like, why didn't you see we got 3 cups in reverse? 3 of cups in reverse. Maybe questioning what someone's motives are, what they're bringing to the table. 3 of cups in reverse. Let me just get another one. Look, 5 of cups. Yeah. Still kind of reeling from the past, reeling from what someone else did, or not able to move on from what happened, not being able to move on from it. And then at the same time, also not realizing that there's still 2 cups standing. So yeah, maybe this happened in our relationship, but we still have love here, or we still have trust, or we still have something, you know? But it's like you're not looking at the 2 cups standing, you're looking at what could happen or what did happen. Actually, I was kind of done. I don't know why I kept flipping. Then we have here 9 of Pentacles in reverse. The thing that I just heard with this 9 of Pentacles in reverse is you lay in the bed that you make of yourself. And then we have the Hangman here. So this is definitely putting people on trial, because the Hangman, he went to trial in the card that came before this. And the Justice card, and the Justice card comes before the Hangman. We have the Justice card where this man is put on trial, and then the card that comes after the Justice card is the Hangman, where he has to serve his sentence, and it's very uncomfortable. So yeah, again, this is you kind of making people serve a sentence. Look at this. We have Strength in reverse underneath the deck. So this is kind of saying, like I was saying, hold off a little bit until you actually know all the facts. Hold off on ripping them a new one. But once you have facts, if you got facts, let it rip, let them have it. But if you don't have any facts just yet, hold off on it, because it could just be your own mind, your own fears and paranoia talking to you. Okay, let's see your oracle cards here. Very first one that we have is Revive, and this is the card Time, and it says trigger statement: I cannot stand myself. True statement: I am aligned. Go within and allow everything that is not resonant to be purged, so you can come from your heart, your seat of power. Exactly. Go within and allow everything that is not resonant to be purged. Allow these things that are not facts. Allow the things that aren't resonating. So yeah, go within and allow everything that is not resonant to be purged, so you can come from your heart, which is your seat of power. So there's some fears, there's some past things, some paranoia that may be stemming from the past or stemming from certain fears that need to be purged out of your life. And then it says here, I benefit with gratitude. Okay. And so what I'm getting here with I benefit with gratitude, do you think that someone in your life isn't doing enough, or that they're not good enough? Because this Justice card to me feels like you've taken the stance as the judge, jury, and executioner, like I was saying. And yeah, we have Justice, the Hangman, and the Strength card right here. And there's no way to properly hold a trial for someone when you are only consulting what you think that you know. Now, if you are dealing with someone where the trust is already severed from something in the past, then pile 4, you might need to talk about the past and truly heal it, so this person has a chance at making things right, you know. But give this person a chance, give these people a chance. And if you know that the trust is gone, then don't give this person false hope, and don't give yourself false hope in thinking maybe this can work this time, maybe I can get over it, maybe I can forgive, especially if you're just waiting or assuming that they're going to disappoint you in some way, shape, or form all over again. Because this does seem like kind of like a defense mechanism, and like I said, I get it. I've been there. I know how hard this is. It's not easy. So let me just shuffle. Okay, so let me shuffle one more card here. I'm just going to get an additional message from the Mother of Set, otherwise known as the Egyptian goddess Isis, just to see what she has to say to you today. So let's get a message from her. Pile 4s. Was I calling you pile 3? I hope not. Okay, let's see what she has to say. Okay, and so we have here Knot of Isis, and it is the energetic stabilization with the buckle of the beloved. Okay, so the Knot of Isis is almost kind of like the symbol of the cross in a sense. and it can be used to protect, to heal, things like that. So some of you guys may even own a knot of a set. I have one myself, but it's blue. And I use it as well for protection and rituals, things like that. So let me go on ahead and read. All right, and what it says here with Knot of Isis, it says, each initiate has their own unique spiritual blueprint with particular skills, talents, and higher destinies unfolding that use their unique attributes. Part of your spiritual blueprint is a special relationship to the energies of the goddess. And this means that not only do you have the important spiritual task of helping her thrive in this world, but you are afforded her power, protection, and abundance too. You are now deepening your connection to her. So you guys also have a very close relationship to the mother Aset, and if Aset isn't resonating with you, she just know that she is the goddess of magic, beauty, love, resurrection. She's very clever, very witty, very smart, very wise. So it could be a different goddess from a different culture that's more so resonating with you, that kind of rules those same sort of areas in life. For sure, what it looks like she wants to say to my pile fours is that she has a very close relationship to you, or a goddess of this particular energy has a very, very, very close relationship to you, and is really kind of working in a sense to soften you up, to make you a little bit more gentle, is what it kind of seems like in a way. Or in a way, because like I said, the knot of Aset is actually it's like the symbol of the cross. It can be used for protection. So in a way too, what's kind of coming through is she almost wants to protect you from yourself and from your own mind, because it's your mind that really gets these thoughts running and going, and as well as too, it's these feelings from the past, where you've been bruised or wounded or hurt. And so that's another thing too, is that she kind of wants to come in and heal you, and also give you protection from your own past, from your own wounds that can, wounds are not benign. Wounds are something that can fester, and they can get worse and worse and worse. Let's say you cut yourself and you don't cleanse it, you don't heal it properly. That wound can be more dangerous than the actual cut, whatever cut you in the first place, because that wound can fester and it can get worse, and it can turn into an infection. It can get really, really bad. So wounds, emotional wounds, mental wounds are the same exact way. They can really end up being malignant. And so, I kind of see that as well too, that she wants to come in and serve as protection from your past, from these wounds, because they're they in a sense may be influencing or poisoning relationships and people that have genuinely good motives towards you. They don't have any sort of underlying motives. They're not trying to hurt you. I see that as well with the knot of Aset here, that she really wants to come in and heal those wounds to kind of protect you from them, so that the way they don't end up festering and spilling into other parts of your life and other relationships and other people that aren't actually guilty. She wants to make sure that if you're going to make somebody suffer, or if you're going to punish someone, that they actually deserve it. But she wants you to put them on trial first. Don't just jump straight to the conclusion, like off with their heads. Put them on trial first, okay? So this is all that I'm saying for my pile fours. Thank you guys for tuning in. I do pray this reading brought you guys love, support, clarity, strength. Let me thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit, for these messages. Hopefully you all come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys. All right, and pile number 5, welcome to your reading. So we're going to be starting off your tarot cards before your oracle cards to see what it is in your life that you may need to change up or actually put an end to. So let's go on ahead and check out your tarot cards. So the very first card that we have here is the Sovereign of Coins, otherwise known as the Queen of Pentacles. And then we have here the Five of Swords. Okay. Watch how you make others feel, pile 5, because you've got a strong influence over how others feel, mainly about themselves. Like, you can tear someone down with a few words, or you can build them up. And you may think that tough love is the way to go when it comes to straightening people out, or getting them to do what you want them to do or need them to do, or getting their life in shape. But it's more so cutting people down around you, and they might not say anything to you because they don't want to appear sensitive or weak, or like you've wounded their pride. But one thing that you might need to, I wouldn't say like stop, but I would say change it up, is this tough love, this idea of tough love. Being more gentle will help you reach your goals, and it will inspire other people to reach their own potential. That way you don't have to be so on top of them. Now, some of you, this is more of a message to yourself to stop being so damn hard on yourself. Very tough love. And it's not even tough love towards yourself. It's almost mentally or verbally abusive when you're dealing with yourself. The way that you reprimand yourself for screwing up or failing or things not turning out how you'd hope is way too harsh, pile 5. You are very, very gentle. And you see the way that this Queen of Pentacles is caressing this rose like it's delicate. And that's what you are. You don't realize it because you may have used this method to get you to where you are at today, and that's okay. But now it's time to change it up, finding more constructive ways to express your dissatisfaction with what you do or produce, or the results will be better in terms of succeeding and getting the job done. Because some of you look around and wonder why you're not further, even though you've given so much and you work so hard, and you are unforgiving with yourself in terms of productivity and progress. But this is why, pile 5. You may feel like you haven't gotten anywhere. This is why, though, because you have to lift your head up and see how far it is that you've come. You're too busy looking at what you didn't do versus what you have done. So make an altar to yourself, pile 5. This is what's coming through with some advice for you right now. Make a small altar to yourself, or like a drawing or an affirmation or a sigil. So every time that you look at this thing, it reminds you to be more gentle and to praise yourself for how far you've come. Even if you just take a few minutes a day to kind of sit with this altar, or sit with this candle, or sit with this image, or whatever the case. Maybe it's like a vision board, something like that. Just kind of sit with it and just focus on how far you've come. Focus on what you have achieved. Focus on what you have done. Like I said, even if it's just for a few moments or a few minutes a day. Take some time off from looking at the misfortunes and failures and disappointments, because your eyes are too focused on what has not happened for you. And when you focus on what you're not doing, it makes it even more challenging to get it done. It makes it more difficult to achieve it, because you keep communicating to yourself what you are not doing or can't do. So give yourself the space and room to breathe and to screw up from time to time. You know, those screw ups are so important and vital to success, and there's no other way to win without learning. So relaxing, pile 5. It would do a lot of good for you to relax and to not be so wound up about your progress or where you are at in life. Whatever this may be, you know, fill in the blanks as it fits for you. Let me just pull some additional cards here, because I want a couple of more details. So we have the Moon in reverse. This is way too many cards that fell out. So we have the Moon in reverse right here. Let's see what else we have. Moon in reverse. Then we have Sun upright, Page of Pentacles in reverse. Yeah. See, you need to stop being so dark. You need to stop being so dark with this Moon right here in reverse. And Page of Pentacles, with the Page of Pentacles in reverse right here, your words are your worth, and you don't realize it. You don't realize how much your words impact your value, the way that you feel about yourself, the way that you see yourself, and how much it is that you get done in your own life. You're really not realizing that. Let's see. Get another one. You got to try to lighten up a little bit. 6 of Swords. Try to lighten up just a little bit, pile 5. Really try to lighten up, especially in terms of how you talk to yourself and think of yourself and how you perceive yourself to be. Because when we're dealing with the Suit of Swords and Tarot, we're dealing with perception. It's all about perception. Then we have here the Knight of Pentacles. Yeah. And we got the Page of Pentacles. So this is why things are moving so slow. This is what I was talking about. Things may feel like they're moving very slow for you. And this is because of the simple fact. Look at that. We have Judgment and the 3 of Wands literally just flipped over. You're judging yourself too much. You're judging how far it is that you have gone. You're judging how far it is that you have to go with this 3 of Wands right here. Underneath the deck, we have King of Pentacles in reverse again. Yeah, it's really affecting the way that you feel about yourself. It's really affecting your confidence. And you don't realize it because, like I said, you're kind of used to that tough love. You're kind of used to dishing it out. and you really do think that you can take it, but it's like there's a part of you that is really there's a part of you that is really seriously impacted by how it is that you talk to yourself, by how it is that you see yourself, by how it is that you see how far it is that you've come. And there needs to be some more gratitude here. There needs to be more gratitude and more of an awareness with everything it is that you have done thus far in your own life. You know, let's check out your oracle cards here. So we have very first card, cheerful. Yeah, look, uplifting. See? This is what I was talking about. It's a little bit too dark with this moon in reverse. And this is what you need to be, the sun over here. And it says, trigger statement, I'm powerless. True statement, I'm excited to see what the future brings. Exactly. The future is bright. Enjoy knowing that your optimism today fuels your amazing tomorrow. This is what I'm talking about. This is why you haven't seen very much movement. And then we have, I regard all altars with respect. Like I said, make an altar to yourself, pile 5. That's confirmation right there. Definitely make an altar to yourself where you can kind of remember like, yeah, I have gotten far. And maybe make an altar with your different accomplishments in life, you know? So like if you won an award, or like if you're a business owner and like you have your very first dollar that you ever made, like put that on your altar. Or, you know, if you have like any sort of pictures or souvenirs or anything from your different accomplishments throughout life. Maybe you see your children as an accomplishment. Maybe you see your marriage as an accomplishment. Maybe you see your home as an accomplishment. Really make some sort of an altar where you're just like, look at what I've done. Maybe you paid off your car. Maybe you paid off your student loans. Maybe you graduated from school. Whatever it is. I don't care how small it is or how great it is. Make an altar of your accomplishments. And it's going to really help you to see like, damn, I actually am moving. I actually am getting things done. I actually am, you know. Let me go on ahead and I'm just going to shuffle an additional message here from the Mother of Set to see if there's anything it is that she wants to say to my pile 5s today. So let's see what she wants to say. Pile 5. Okay. And so we have, look at that, life restored, priestess of the phoenix. It's all about rising from the ashes, huh? And when it says about life restored, priestess of the phoenix, it says spiritual resurrection is gifted to you now. Whatever part of you or your life you thought to be dead is being revived and will flourish back into life. Just as the phoenix rises from the fire, transitioning from death into life, so too will you rise again, healed and renewed. Yeah, you need a little bit of renewal, basically because you've been kind of so hard on yourself. And like I said, you don't realize that you've been beating up on yourself in the sense to where you are, your confidence may be suffering. Your confidence may be suffering. Your faith in yourself may be suffering because you're just like, damn, why am I not getting anywhere? Because you keep beating up on yourself and you're not looking at how far you've come. So yeah, if you keep looking down at your feet and thinking to yourself, why am I just not getting anywhere? You got to lift your head up and look around, pile 5. You've come far. Okay, so this is all that I am seeing for my pile 5s. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I do pray this reading brought you guys some love, support, clarity, and strength. Let me take this time to thank your guides, my guides, our higher self, amazing spirit for these messages. Hopefully you all will come back to visit sometime soon. But until next time, please stay safe, healthy, blessed, and keep conquering the world. Bye, you guys.